Please welcome to the stage WSAV's Patty Turner.
Yes, okay, welcome everybody. We're so glad you're here today. So good afternoon. Thank you for being here with us for the 2025 Women Who Rule, presented by Kreitz Auto Group. Yes, you can cheer as much as you want to. I am honored to serve as this year's MC and thrilled to be here in this room. And of course, with all these great women and of course a few good men as well. Women here who truly rule. Together we are paving the way for our neighbors by supporting the Women United Transportation Fund. This sold-out event is filled with inspiration from this year's event chair to our 2025 Woman of the Year, the panel of amazing women leaders who are key to this region's future success and the collective power of everybody who is here in this room today. We will begin with an invocation led by Father Gavin Dunbar of St. John's Episcopal Church. If you're able, please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem sung by the Skylarks from Savannah Arts Academy.
Thank you, Patty. I'm Father Gavin Dunbar. I have the privilege to be the priest and pastor of this year's Woman of the Year honoree, Stacey Jennings. Just a brief plug, today is Shrove Tuesday. I don't see pancakes on the menu, but you can't have everything. Today we give thanks and praise for the good work of Women Who Rule, in raising awareness of the need for access to safe and reliable transportation in the coastal empire, and for the generosity of their response to this need. And we're going to pray God to bless and prosper their work and the people it serves in life-changing ways. In the tradition of faith and worship that Stacey and I share, we look to the example, teaching, and gracious Spirit of Christ for grace to make that response with generosity, kindness, and wisdom. And according to your own religious convictions, I invite you to share with me in this prayer. O God, our Heavenly Father, whose blessed Son came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, we beseech Thee to bless all who, following in His steps, give themselves to the service of their fellow men and women, and especially to Women United, Women Who Rule. Endue them with wisdom, patience, and courage, that they may strengthen the weak and raise up those who fall, and being inspired by Thy love, may worthily minister in Thy name to the suffering, the friendless, and the needy. For the sake of Him who laid down His life for us, the same Thy Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Skylarks, and thank you, Father Dunbar. So please be seated, enjoy your lunch as I continue to share more about our event today and the many people and businesses who made this all possible. If you have been to this event in the past, you know that there is a lot of excitement filling the room. With that said, there will be loud sounds throughout the program. You may have noticed these things right here. Oops. If you're sensitive to noise, there you go. If you're yeah, this is just the beginning. If you are sensitive to noise, please visit the United Way table right outside the doors for some hearing protection. Today we come together to celebrate the incredible women who take the wheel, those who uplift and support other women in our community. Transportation is something that many of us rely on daily without a second thought. We have access to our own vehicles, and while car repairs can be inconvenient and costly, we can stretch our finances to make it work. But for many women in our community, reliable transportation is a major obstacle, standing in the way of accessing essential needs like health care, schoolwork, food, and the list goes on. That's why we are here today to make a difference. Through the Women United Transportation Fund, we have the power to help women and caregivers overcome these challenges and move toward greater independence and opportunity. Let's join forces and raise as much as we can to drive change and empower our neighbors here in the Coastal Empire. You can help by scanning the QR code on the screen and on your tables. You can make a donation right now. We can raise the most money ever raised in the history of this event right here today. So get out your phones and we can do this. Again, the bicycle horns on your table are awesome. They're a lot of fun, and they are sponsored by our friends at VyStar Credit Union. Let's give it up to VyStar. And we want to hear those VyStar horns honking throughout the program. When you give to help others with transportation, honk your horn. When you want to clap for our speakers today, make sure someone at your table is honking that horn. When you're feeling inspired by the collective power in this room, you can honk those VyStar horns. Yeah. All right, let's start by acknowledging our elected officials in the room. If you are an elected official, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for all your service, and thank you for being here with us today. We appreciate your commitment to improving lives in our region. Thank you to all of the United Way Board and Committee members who are here with us today. If you serve on the United Way of the Coastal Empire Board of Directors, County Advisory Boards, or any of the many United Way committees, please stand. Don't be shy, come on. There you go. Thank you so much for your valuable service. It is my pleasure to thank this year's Women Who Rule presenting sponsor, Kreitz Auto Group. Their generous support for our United Way and this community has been unwavering. We are honored to have Dale Kreitz Jr. here with us today. So Dale, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. As many of you know, Dale has been a long-standing partner and leader of our United Way, serving as campaign chair in 2008, board chair in 2010, and currently serves as co-chair of the Distinguished Alexis de Tocqueville Society. Dale has driven countless initiatives for this community, and today is another shining example of Kreitz Auto Group's impact, steering positive change across our region. So thank you, Dale and Kreitz Auto Group. Thank you so much. You can honk. I am thrilled to be here today representing my favorite station, WSAV News 3 on your side, the premier television sponsor for the 2025 Women Who Rule. It is my honor now to bring up David Hart, Vice President and General Manager of WSAV with Nexstar Media Group Incorporated, and all-around awesome guy. David.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Let me hear you. Come on, ladies, come on. Yeah, I think this is my 4th year to speak at this event, and to see how much it has grown over that time is incredible. I mean, I wish you could see from up here, just incredible crowd today. So thank you all for coming out and supporting this. On behalf of everybody at WSAV, I do want to welcome you to today's Women Who Rule Luncheon. We're proud to be the United Way's premier TV sponsor for this event. As I said, we've done it, I believe, 4 years now, and it's great to see it continue to grow. I do want to take some time to thank our own Patty Turner for serving as our MC today. Patty is an incredible ambassador for WSAV, both as host of our daily lifestyle show, The Bridge, and in many other ways, which often involve, like today, serving the community. I don't know if I need to remind everybody, but Patty high-stepped her way to winning last year's Dancing Stars of Coastal Georgia's Judges Trophy. She won that, took it home. Great job. You are an absolute star, and thank you, Patty, again for all that you do for the community. We want to congratulate our 2025 Woman of the Year, Stacey Jennings. Stacey, congratulations. Thank you for your service to our community as well. You and our team and your team at the school district have been incredible partners with WSAV through the years as we work together to keep the parents of children in Savannah and Chatham County schools informed and inspired. We're very happy for you, and we're really excited to help celebrate you today. Now, I want to take some time to recognize a special group of women who are seated at our table to my far right. From dozens of nominations from across the coastal empire and the Low Country, our station selected 5 women as finalists for our 2025 Remarkable Woman Award. They are Angela Brantley, Pat Gunn, Courtney Hampson, Dr. Alicia Johnson, and Maggie Smith. Five truly remarkable women who are having an incredible impact every day in our area. And so starting tonight at 5, Patty, because this is what she does everything, will be featuring stories on all 5 women. So every Tuesday at 5 p.m., tune in to News 3, and we'll share their stories over the next 5 Tuesdays. And then one of those women will be revealed as our Remarkable Woman of the Year for WSAV on Tuesday, April 1st. She'll be traveling to Los Angeles to be part of our parent company Nexstar's National Remarkable Women's Celebration, which will culminate in a 1-hour special televised both nationally on our CW network channel on April 20th from 9 until 10 p.m. and on WSAV on Saturday, April 26th from 7 until 8 p.m. So like we say in the TV business, stay tuned. Again, enjoy the event today. Thank you to the United Way and all of the sponsors today. Stacey, congratulations again. Have a great time, everybody. We'll see you next year, too. Thank you. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you, David. It takes all of our sponsors to make this event happen, and we want to recognize and thank them all for their support. So please hold your applause and your honks until the end. Okay, our Honk Your Horn sponsor, ViStar Credit Union, thank you. The gold sponsors include Colonial Group, Georgia Ports Authority, Gulfstream Aerospace, and Publix. Thank you all for your generosity. Our panel sponsor is Savannah Technical College. Oops, sorry. Our silver sponsor, GAF, thank you all. We're thrilled to have you here with us. Our bronze sponsors shown here on the screen, thank you so much. Now, proceeds from this event provide transportation assistance across Bryan, Chatham, Effingham, Liberty, and Long counties. Our sponsors underwrite the cost of today's program so we can put every penny raised back into the Women United Transportation Fund. So thank you so much. Thank you to our friends, sponsors, all listed on the screen. And to our generous in-kind sponsors and media partners, thank you so very much. So please join me now in a round of applause and get those horns back out, the VyStar horns for all of our sponsors. We encourage you to support these generous businesses dedicated to improving lives in our community. Your collective support is what makes us the United Way. Thank you. Yeah. As you enjoy your meal, join us in fueling the fund. It is easy. Again, all you gotta do is scan that QR code at your table to contribute to the Women United Transportation Fund. By giving $100 or more today to the Women United Transportation Fund, you'll be entered into a drawing for an opportunity to win some really great prizes. For every $100 you donate to the fund, you'll have an opportunity to win one of these prizes. Here they are. A Boho Jill Everyday Tote Bag in walnut leather from Satchel, a pair of David Yurman earrings from Levy Jewelers, and a gift package from Emily McCarthy. Every gift today will directly impact the lives of women and caregivers in our community, but you have to make the donation by 1:15 today. We'll announce the winners at the end of the event. Now, by increasing your donation to $150, you'll not only be entered to win those amazing prizes, you'll also have the opportunity to honor a woman who rules in your world. You and your honoree will be recognized on United Way's social media this month, which of course is a great way to celebrate International Women's Month and recognize someone you love and appreciate. This could be your coworker, your friend, your mom, your daughter, your sister, your aunt, really anybody you want to recognize. Your kind words and encouragement will be shared on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. When you make a donation here today of any amount, your name will be added to the list of generous donors you see on the screens. So I'd love to see everyone's name up here by the end of today's event. And I can tell you, you've already raised like $5,100. So this is great. As we're just sitting here. Now it's my pleasure to introduce this year's Women Who Rule Campaign Event Committee Chair, Suzanne Kirk. Suzanne is the president and executive HR consultant with Employee Development Strategies, Inc. As many in this room know, she is a human resources guru and dynamic facilitator of board retreats, strategic planning sessions, and more. She has served as program facilitator with the Leadership Southeast Georgia program since 2013 and was a TEDx Savannah speaker this past year. Outside her HR consulting practice, Suzanne is involved in our community as a member and past president of Metro Savannah Rotary and has served in various board roles in many local organizations. Suzanne has been involved with our United Way for many years and has been an active member of the Women Who Rule Committee. All right, without further ado, let's bring her up, the fabulous Suzanne Kirk.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you, everybody. VyStar, how are we feeling about those horns? It really is amazing to look out and see this great group of women who rule and a couple of these guys. Y'all are beautiful, especially that one guy at the Hunter McLean table. He's not bad. He's my husband, y'all. So I really want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being here today and supporting this worthy cause. Dependable transportation, something probably many of us take for granted, is key to improving the lives of our neighbors and our communities. The Women United Transportation Fund provides women and caregivers throughout the coastal empire with dependable transportation so they can provide for their families, get their children to and from school, go to the doctor, and access other essential resources. I am so grateful for the Women Who Rule committee members, better known as the Roadies, who share this passion and did an incredible job driving sponsorships and donations to pave the way for others in our community this year. I'm sure many of you don't want to answer the phone when any of us call anymore. But thank you to the hard work of the Roadies and their dedication. We exceeded our sponsorship goal this year, and we filled this room to capacity, selling out nearly a month before the event. All right, Roadies. Roadies are wearing these fabulous corsages, literally handcrafted by me and my niece, who is a teacher, 4th grade in Effingham. So Roadies, will you stand up so we can acknowledge you and you can show off your amazing corsages? Awesome. These Roadies, these passionate women, have dedicated their time and talents to make this event such a success. Thank you all. Another thing I love to point out is, strong women raise strong daughters, and we need to recognize the next generation of women who rule that are coming along. So I'm really excited that we have a table of young leaders joining us from St. Andrews, and these women leaders at their high school put together some fundraising, and they did a car wash on one of those really chilly days, and they raised over $600 for the fund. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. So all of us, we are experiencing the impact of the cost at the grocery store, at rising gas prices, on our own budgets and our own personal homes and companies. But for those that are already struggling to make ends meet, every extra dollar at the pump or unexpected car repair, it's more than just an inconvenience like it would be for many of us. For many, it takes that inconvenience and it turns it into a crisis. The Women United Transportation Funds are distributed through United Way's 211 Information and Referral Service. They're distributed through the county service centers and through many grants to nonprofit partners to provide that critical safety net throughout Bryan, Chatham, Effingham, Liberty, and Long counties. Many of us in this room have our own safety nets. We've got friends that we can call on if we have an emergency with a car and we need someone to pick up our kids at daycare or at carpool. We've got someone that can chip in and take them to their after-school activities. It might be someone that's sitting at your table today. But many in our community don't have someone who can step in when they need a ride to work or to pick up our kids. So many in our community, that safety net doesn't exist. And when transportation becomes a barrier, it's not just about missing a ride. It's missing opportunities, it's potentially missing a paycheck, missing a medical appointment, and stability. We're here today to help fill those gaps and fill those gas tanks. So please get out your phone if you haven't already, and please scan those QR codes on your table. That's why we're here. Please make a donation. I mean, look around this amazing room. If everyone here just donated $50, although it's really beneficial to donate $100 to get for those amazing prizes, or $150 to honor a woman, but if we say everybody donates $50, we could fill more than 1,200 tanks of gas. We could provide more than 3,500 weekly bus passes or support 150 minor car repairs. So please, reliable transportation is key to helping our neighbors not only survive, but thrive. Y'all, we're over $9,000 already. This is amazing. Keep it coming. Thank you, Melissa Foster and Ricky Powers and Virginia Duncan and Emily Connor and all these amazing people on our honor roll. Keep it coming. Whether you can give a little or give a lot, every dollar makes a difference. Now, while you're doing that and giving all the money via your phone, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage 3 influential women who will lead our panel discussion sponsored by our friends at Savannah Technical College. All 3 of these panelists play a vital role in literacy and education in our region. Many of you already know that this year's United Way campaign theme is Educate, Elevate, Unite. Reliable transportation is a key link to education and essential community resources, making it a vital part of building stronger, more connected communities. So today's panel, we will discuss the critical role that transportation plays in ensuring access to these opportunities for all. You can read more about in your programs these amazing women and their incredible work. But right now, please help me welcome to the stage. Ivory Brown is the 24-25 Effingham County School District Teacher of the Year. She has 18 years of experience. Ivory has 18 years of experience, and Ivory currently leads the award-winning Best Buddies program at Ebenezer Middle School, fostering inclusion in community. Next, many of you know Molly Lieberman, who is the founder and executive director of Loop It Up Savannah. Loop It Up is an amazing nonprofit dedicated to enriching the lives of children through art, literacy, and hands-on learning. And of course, we have with us the incomparable Dr. Denise Watts, Superintendent of Savannah-Chatham County Public School System. Dr. Denise Watts is a visionary education leader with over 20 years of experience. She has dedicated her career to improving schools, supporting teachers, and creating opportunities for students in underserved communities. Give it up for our panelists. This is where I get to pretend I'm like Oprah. So, welcome, ladies. We're delighted to have you as we discuss the intersection of education and transportation. So for many of the parents in the room, you know, we reach this time frame in life whereby we kind of become a chauffeur to our kids, and we're shuttling them around from doctor's appointments to after-school activities, health appointments, social life. And like I said earlier, it's hard for many of us in this room to imagine navigating parenting or just daily life without reliable transportation. But we know that's a reality for so many in our community. So today, we're going to chat with these women that will shine a light on the intersection of removing transportation barriers, particularly as it relates to education. But let's start with a fun question. So looking back on your own education, what was your favorite subject in school, and did you have after-school activities that you remember fondly? Ivory?
I did have a favorite subject in school, and that was reading, because back in the time that I was in school, there was a Cool Kids Club that after we read so many books, we received a pizza coupon, and that pizza is really a core memory for me now.
I will read for pizza. Hey, Molly, how about you?
Hello. Well, that pizza is a core memory for me as well. But for me, it was always art, which probably comes as no surprise, both during the school day and after school. And those opportunities really shaped the work that I do today.
Love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Denise?
And it probably comes as no surprise that one of my favorite subjects in school was talking and socializing. When I wasn't doing those two things, I really loved reading, and I was pretty athletic in school as well, so I participated in a lot of sports.
Okay. What was your sport?
Basketball.
Basketball. Nice. Thank you. If you were one of those people that got the report card, does well but talks too much? Anyone else? Love it. Love it. Love it. We can all relate. So as we bring the concept of education back to transportation and its barriers, you know, I think for me, I grew up in a big city, and I took a city bus to school, and that's not something that folks in our region can necessarily relate to. So from your perspective, what are the biggest barriers when it comes to transportation that prevent students of all ages and families from all communities accessing education and resources? Ivory, can we start with you?
Sure. One of the barriers for me as a teacher and a community member in a rural area is that there just aren't many methods of public transportation.
Absolutely. You can't hop on the city bus like I did and get to school. So just getting out there. And I think that's important. You know, we're delighted to have different counties represented. You know, United Way serves more than just Chatham County. So transportation becomes a heightened barrier for those in our rural communities. Molly, what about you? Barriers you see?
Absolutely. So I think here in Savannah, we see so many opportunities for young people to really get to participate in a diversity of things, but frequently there are transportation barriers, and that really limits which activities young people get to participate in, and just the sort of fullness of their childhood experience.
Absolutely.
Dr. Watts?
When I think about education, I think about it as the artery that links potential, opportunity, and access. And the school and our school district is where the ecosystem and the conditions exist for all three of those things. So when we don't have the artery to get our students and our families to school, there are significant barriers to them being successful both now and in the future.
And so let's continue that. Like, what are the long-term, short-term and long-term impacts of that? So it's not just about getting the child to education, but the impact of these after-school activities that maybe some kids in the community just have no way of getting to take advantage of them. What are some of the long-term impacts?
So we could definitely have an impact on student academic achievement, their access to extracurricular activities, and future opportunities that will get them ready for post-secondary and choice-filled lives. So it has far-reaching and significant implications for our students.
For sure. Molly, what's your perspective?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, there is just absolutely no shortage of wonderful opportunities for young people in our area, but we certainly see certain students are not able to get to certain activities, and that's such a tragedy, really, because if you don't get to try things, how do you know what you love? I think one of the biggest gifts that our community can give young people is opportunity to try different things and get exposure to something that might turn into a life's passion and kind of pave that path ahead of you. And that's why it's so important for us to work together to find creative ways to help students experience the most of those opportunities.
Love that. And your program, you take it to some of the schools, right, with Loop It Up?
Yes, we do.
Love it. Love it. Ivory.
I was thinking about what Dr. Watts and Molly were saying, and I thought about a choice-filled life. I can think of students who are in my classroom right now who are excellent artists, singers, performers, and a lot of great basketball players too. And a lot of times the comments that we receive from parents is that they would love for them to be able to do those things after school, but without transportation, without a way for them to practice each day, they just aren't able to access those programs. So that barrier for transportation really prevents that choice-filled life from happening.
Absolutely. So if these resources are offered, they're brought to the school, that's one thing, but if you can't get there and these children don't have the opportunity to take advantage of them, that just sets more barriers. So as we look at this amazing room, knowing we have this fantastic group of women who rule out here, how can our community better collaborate to improve access to educational and community resources? And have you seen any successful partnerships already in action? We'll start with you, Molly.
I would love to speak to that. So one example that I think we can be really proud of, our school system has the 21st Century After School Program, which exists at 24 schools, and it provides warm meals for kids, it provides all different types of enrichment activities, and it also has a bus that takes students home at 6 or 6:30 p.m. So we're so just thrilled to partner with the school system to help provide and be one of the partners that plugs into that program, because kids don't even have to leave school. They can stay at school. It's an extended day. They get that academic support. They get a meal. And then they get to participate in all the cool things we can possibly plug in with different partners. So I think that's a really wonderful, creative solution that our school system has in collaboration with many partners. And then there's lots of other things. You see organizations throughout the community doing their best to secure funding and resources to not just provide the program and the service, but to provide transportation. So you see organizations picking students up from school, bringing them to different locations. And then also I think just the Women's Transportation Fund that United Way has is a very hands-on way that we can work together to support somebody in a specific situation. Of course, we need to work on these big systemic changes to make transportation more available for everyone. But as we're working on that, it's equally important that we are looking one person at a time. How can we help one family at a time to have a better solution and be able to get around more? And that's something that this fund really fills a void and makes that happen.
That's such a good point, one person at a time, because sometimes these challenges seem insurmountable when we look across our communities, but that one person at a time mentality, I think it's a really great suggestion, Molly. Ivory, what about you? Community partnerships that you've seen be successful?
Well, as the teacher in the group, I really want to get you guys involved because right now I would love everyone to say 2, 1, 1. I can speak to this as being, yes. As a proud aunt of a recent high school graduate who is now in her second year of her technical program, when it was time for her to get ready to go to school, we were faced with a transportation barrier ourselves. We had to go to work. We didn't have any neighbors that could take her back and forth to school, and she was an unlicensed driver. And so I had the opportunity to actually, you guys know how that is.
We're not promoting that, just to be clear.
She's on the road now, guys. She's on the road. But in the meantime, in order for us to get her back and forth to school, I had to really search our community for resources. Living in the rural area of Effingham County, we don't have any public transportation, and her friends weren't at the age yet to trust them to get her back and forth to school. But we called United Way's 211. And as a part of that hotline, we were connected with the Coastal Coaches Service. That service came to our door every morning based on her schedule, picked her up and brought her into Savannah so that she can attend school. And now she is...
It is awesome to hear the real life stories where 211 and the funds raised through events like this are making an impact. So thank you for sharing that. Dr. Watts, coming to you, community collaborations that you've seen make an impact.
Absolutely. What a powerful story of the power of one. Lots of partnerships to celebrate. I know in Savannah Chatham Public School System, we are honored to partner with United Way, Live Oak Public Library to kind of fuel our literacy initiatives. So I think while we are focused on one child at a time, we have to also harness the power of the collective. So it's exciting to have those partnerships, and we want to foster more of them.
Love that. So the power of one, but keep working on the community collaboration. Good message. Okay, so lastly, I want to ask you about just looking to the future, right? So looking towards the opportunities that lie ahead. How can this group, how can our communities collectively contribute to meaningful solutions? Can I start with you, Ivory?
Of course. As the teacher in the room, I'm going to ask you each to go home now and tell someone. Text someone before you leave today about the power of 211. Share what you've learned today about United Way services and how the Transportation Fund fuels so many of our community members.
Thank you. Molly.
Yes, I echo that 100%. I mean, if you think about the impact of all of us in here just having this knowledge of what this fund can support, I think sometimes people may not realize, oh, my situation could be supported by this resource. So just the power that we all have to be listening to our friends and hearing struggles that they may be having and to connect the dots to this resource is huge. And I hope that we all make the moves to do that.
Love it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Dr.
I think
Watts.
we have to stay future-focused, harnessing the power of the collective impact, but also being willing to innovate and fail fast and learn from those failures so that we can continue to advance in this effort.
Thank you. So, aren't they amazing, first of all? So, these ladies took the opportunity to come and share with us the intersection of transportation and education, and I love a good tie-in. So I love how the Women United Transportation Fund also feeds under the bigger umbrella of Educate, Elevate, Unite for the bigger picture of the United Way's theme for this year. And so just ask you to consider all of what we've heard from our panel today and the power of one and then the power of communities. And when I say our communities, I'm talking all the counties that United Way serves outside of just Chatham. So we're excited to have brought Ivory from Effingham with us today. And so thank you to our panelists. You guys are amazing ladies. Can we give it up for these women who rule? And our wonderful friends from Savannah Technical College have a nice gift for each of you that you'll receive as you make your way to your seat. Thank y'all. Give it up for our panelists one more time.
right, thank you, Suzanne, and our three panelists, Ivory Brown, Molly Lieberman, and Dr. Denise Watts, for sharing today. Let's all just honk. Get it out of our system, just honk. There you go. And thanks to our friends at Savannah Technical College for sponsoring this year's panel and providing a special gift for our panelists. Now, we're going to watch a powerful video sharing the story of a community member whose life has been positively impacted by the Women United Transportation Fund. This inspiring story, will highlight the real difference access to reliable transformation can make. After the video, we'll hear from the president and the CEO of the United Way of the Coastal Empire, so please turn your attention to the screens.
This is it. This is where I work. They've been so supportive, and from everything from making sure I have parking to making sure when I come in, I have everything that I need. I love it. It is, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's 12.
Campus Police, this is Ms. Robinson. How may I assist you?
My name is Betty Robinson, and this is my story. I've done 27 years working in Charleston in case management, education, and partly law enforcement with the Department of Juvenile Justice. And I was just a little burnt out. My sister, Barbara, and I, we both took care of our parents. My mom was terminally ill, and my father died shortly after, and we were living in our family home. And it just got to be a little bit much. We sat down, we had a discussion, we decided it's time to move. It's now our time. We decided we're gonna move to Savannah. I came out first to scout out the area. I applied for some positions, got hired at Georgia Department of Public Health. We found the apartment, we found the place where we're gonna settle. And in between that, I got into a car accident, crashed my car, totaled my car. So I wasn't able to go back to work. So I was home for a while. Finances were starting to build up. And my sister at the time, she was not working, so she heard about this program called Legacy Links that gives seniors an opportunity to have a fresh start, to start over, to reinvent yourself. I didn't think that I would qualify for the program with Legacy Links, and I called. And then they pointed me in the direction with Ms. Destiny Bradshaw with Ready to Connect.
Look at you. We are a career development program that provides holistic case management services and soft skills development, as well as now hard skills development for job seekers in the Effingham County and Chatham area. When I first met Betty, my first impression was, this is a firecracker. She was so willing and dedicated to try to come every day. She didn't miss a day. She came every week. She came on time. She came ready to work.
I had a resume, but it was dated. So we sat down and we took out things that shouldn't be and kept the meat of who I really was. We got finance classes on how to manage money. We had classes on healing, how to heal yourself. We had classes on how to do resume writing. So many things that would just help build you as a person.
The Women's United Transportation Fund was monumental in Betty's success. When she came in, she needed tires on her car to be able to make it here to class. Here it is, we're in Effingham County. She lives in Port Wentworth. She could not do it. And not only that, she and her sister, they ride together. To be able to have that, that made such a difference for her. And then also with the Women's Fund, they're able to have a gas card to come to class.
Well, financially, we were stretched to the max. Moving here cost a lot. Rent was through the roof, as you may know. So the gas card took a lot of pressure off financially.
For her to get a gas card, $25 gas card every week, and then when it was time for her to get the first interview opportunity, we were able to give the gas card for her to get to the interview when she got not only the first job opportunity, but now the second job opportunity, which now she is making, you know, a salary that's far beyond what she had when she first came into the program, with the minimum wage that she was making. Now she is making a salary that can sustain her.
God has blessed us with a great church family, great support team with work, what we both do, a great community, great friends. We've been very blessed. Thank you to the United Way for assisting me, my sister Barbara, keeping us together, keeping us focused, providing for us when we were at our lowest, making a way for us, keeping us united, that we're able to continue our goals in pursuing and helping others. I am living proof of what you do, and I'm doing what I want to do because of you. Thank you.
Wow. Also, it really is pretty awesome to be up here to see all of this, but what a powerful story. Thank you to Miss Betty Robinson for sharing your journey with us. Can we give Betty another round of applause and honks? You know, telling your story to a group like this or to anybody, really, it's an honor to hear it. It's an honor that, that Betty was wanting to partner with us on this story. I can't tell you how impressed I am with the way that this community has invested in this fund and the impact that it truly has made across the community. Her journey really highlights how the Women United Transportation Fund is more than just a resource. It changes lives. So thank you to our friends at WSAV. You all help us tell our stories so well. Telling stories is important because ultimately that is why we are all here, to change lives, to support one another, to lift one another up. So I just want to say thank you for that. So my name is Kimberly Waller. I am the president and CEO of the United Way of the Coastal Empire. I have seen so many friends and colleagues and people that I'm just truly honored to know. This is my first Women Who Rule event, and the horns really are as fun as I thought they were gonna be. So thank you, ViStar, for that. And thank you so much to Dale. You have been such a great support to the United Way for many, many years, and honored to have you here and all of your family and colleagues here. So thank you to Kreitz Auto Group. I have just a few more thanks because, of course, these events and this impact does not happen without you all being here. So thank you to Scott Maley, Barry Marshall, Jeff Glover, and a special thank you to Dan Flaxer. Thank you, David Hart, for your continued support. I would also like to thank Patty Turner for being such a wonderful MC today. Really, these events are made possible because of people that say yes when we call you from the United Way. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We could not do this without you. I love it. So as I mentioned, this is my first Women Who Rule event. I joined in this role in June of last year. And so many of you have paved the way for the success of this event, of this fund, of this impact. So just kind of taking a moment, because again, while this is my first event with you all, so many of you have been coming year after year, and I know that it has grown and grown and grown. I mean, looking out here, all of you care so deeply about this work. So I just want to, my last thanks, although I can't really promise that because I'm sure I'll have more, is to just thank you all for being here. Thank you for getting tickets. Thank you for sponsoring. Thank you for buying tables. All of the dollars raised here allow us to then contribute to the fund. And that's the most important thing, because that's the real world impact. So honk your horn for yourselves.
Thank you. This really is very entertaining. So we're together in this wonderful space to create opportunities and uplift our community. This is your call to action. I know that we have already put this out there, but if you have already given to the fund today, thank you. If not, I want to say we are at over $22,000, and I know that we can get more. So awesome, so awesome. Mallory Boyd, Beth Mitchell, Jill Josh. We've got this screen up here, so I'm seeing all the names come in, and it's really exciting. So thank you, thank you, thank you for giving. When you give to the United Way Transportation Fund, it truly does have the power to change a life. It's a unique fund in that it directly goes to our community residents. If you know somebody who has a transportation challenge, they call 211, our 211 information and referral service that Miss Ivory Brown mentioned up here. I loved engaging like a classroom. You so are a teacher, and I'm here for it. But all you do is call 211, and you get connected to a person. You get connected to a person at United Way, and we can say yes to help support those transportation barriers. It's a unique fund in that we give mini grants to our nonprofit organizations. Our nonprofit partners, like Loop It Up that you heard from Molly Lieberman. I see several of you in the crowd today. Thank you for being here to support this, because y'all are doing the hard work on the ground, working with families, working with children, working with parents and caregivers, and being able to give those mini grants to any nonprofit. Yes, we give them to what we call our funded agencies, so nonprofits that we're funding through our campaign, Educate, Elevate, Unite. I'm loving the themes throughout everything. But we also can give to any nonprofit that's eligible for it, because we know that there is great work being done across the region, and it's all of our counties. It's not just one or two. We're giving these mini grants across our entire community because it matters, and being able to access those resources is incredibly, incredibly important. Okay, this is a final reminder. Again, I know that we have made mention of this, but we have these fantastic prizes. They're really wonderful. Thank you to our partners for giving in this way, because it's just a fun incentive. So, a reminder that we will be polling these opportunities to win at 1 o'clock. So, you have 7 minutes for this opportunity. I had to borrow one of my colleagues' watches for this. So, I've got it. 12:53 is what it is reporting to me, and you've got until 1 o'clock, and then we will pull names for this opportunity to win, and we will announce those at the end of the event. For every $100, you get your name in for an opportunity to win. 200, you get it in 2 times. 300, 400, 500, you get the gist. I won't keep going. But we're really, really thankful. And of course, you've heard from others up here on the stage, but we're of course doing the Honor a Woman. So if you give $100 and you just want a little bit more up there, $150 gets you both an opportunity to win, and it gives you an Honor a Woman. It's a really wonderful way to honor somebody that's important in your life, who's been impactful in your life, who's made creative and wonderful change across our community. So a little bit about United Way. Founded in 1938, our United Way's mission is to improve lives by mobilizing the caring power of our community, and that is truly what is happening here today. Your presence demonstrates your commitment to improving the lives of others, to building our infrastructure together to support our community so that everyone can thrive. I want to talk a little bit now about everyone's favorite topic, at least mine, data. Who likes data? Yes. Okay, great. So we have, over the years, tracked the impact of these funds, and I think it's incredibly important to be able to report out back to you, those who have been given to this fund year after year after year, what your dollar does. In a typical year, the Women United Transportation Fund can provide support anywhere from 600 to more than 1,000 times, and as this fund continues to grow and the investment of this community in this fund continues to grow, the impact will continue to grow with it. So thank you. That support varies and depends on the need. In this past fiscal year, 60% was provided through gas cards. So we know that gas has been increasing. It can destabilize your monthly budget. So that is a very clear need that we are seeing consistently. So 60% has been provided through gas cards, 19% through rideshare credits, 14% through bus passes, and 4% covered minor car repairs. The remaining funds met a variety of needs, such as a bike to help someone travel the last mile from the bus stop to work, and Greyhound tickets for reaching shelter with family in a neighboring state. We want to be able to be creative with these funds to really meet the needs of people who are seeking support and these resources. So we say yes because it is important for our community residents. And with your continued commitment to this event and the Transportation Fund, these numbers, you'll see them continue to grow. And I'm just so excited because I'm just doing a little, I just saw it jumped up. It's over $24,000 right now raised today in this room. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because these numbers are just going to continue to increase, and we know that as our community continues to grow, the need will also continue to grow, and the United Way and our partner agencies are here to support. The need for support is also varying. In the past fiscal year, the overwhelming majority of funds helped provide transportation to health appointments, school, which we heard a lot about on the panel, or employment opportunities. So those are the top three reasons and ways that our transportation fund is used. And in addition to the funds distributed through our 211 and county service centers, we've been working with our nonprofits that receive mini grants to really understand what they're seeing as needs so that we can continue to get creative with how we're supporting them with these funds. You saw the difference it made for Betty. We take pride in providing these resources through 211 and these resources through our mini grants to our nonprofits that I told you about. An example is Safe Shelter, supporting the transportation needs of women as they build their lives with economic independence, safety, and security. Similarly, Step Up Savannah's Chatham Apprentice Program equips women with skills and credentials to qualify for higher paying jobs. There are countless examples, but the common theme is extremely clear. Every gift to this fund creates opportunity. The data tells us that the impact is real. I love me some data, so we will continue to bring that back to this group year after year, which is why I'm excited to share again that we have now already raised over $25,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so clear that this community is invested in this work. I know that many of you have given already. If you have not, I encourage you to consider, and I truly thank you for considering and for those that have given. Okay, this is your last opportunity. It's 12:58. Get your gift in before 1 o'clock, because 1 o'clock we will pull the opportunities to win, and we will announce that at the end of the event. So, if you've made a donation, I'm going to take the opportunity to have you honk your ViStar horns one more time. Thank you. Okay, so before I have the honor of introducing the star of this event, I would be remiss if I did not take an opportunity to thank a few people. First, I have to personally thank our exceptional Women Who Rule campaign and event chair, Suzanne Kirk. And her incredible roadies. You all have been amazing joining in this role. It's been the most welcoming environment and truly amazing. So Suzanne, please accept these flowers as a very small token of our appreciation for you. For those of you who know Suzanne, you know she has a very, very full plate. Yet despite everything she is juggling in her own life and business, she made the time to lead this effort with passion, dedication, and unstoppable energy. We are so grateful for you. I am so grateful for you. This has been a lot of fun, so thank you. I'd also love to give a huge thank you to our United Way team. If you're part of the United Way team, can you please stand up? Thank you, thank you, thank you. These events take a lot of energy and creativity and passion, and y'all brought it. So thank you so much for making this event happen. And now it is time for the presentation of the 2025 Woman of the Year Award. Over the years, this award has honored game changers, trailblazers, glass ceiling breakers, and new rule makers, or breakers, however you want to consider that. The prestigious list of past honorees is incredible, but first, we want to honor the memory of the unmatched Lois Wooten, whose impact on and love for this community will be forever cherished. Can we take just a very brief moment of silence to remember her? Thank you so much. We honor the former Savannah Mayor and now State Representative Edna Branch Jackson. We honor Lioness Ellen Bulge. If you heard her acceptance speech, you know why. We will always describe her that way. Business and community leader Kay Ford, and the accomplished and dedicated public servant, City Councilwoman Carol Bell. This year's Woman of the Year honoree is the perfect addition to this illustrious group of women. Here to join us on stage for the presentation of this year's award is our 2024 Woman of the Year, Carol Bell, who notably was the first African American to be appointed to board chair of the United Way of the Coastal Empire 27 years ago, and is still a strong supporter today and an incredible community leader. On behalf of all of us at the United Way of the Coastal Empire, I am deeply honored for this opportunity to recognize a longtime United Way volunteer, supporter, and advocate, Stacey Jennings. Stacey serves as the Executive Director of Communications for the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System. Many in this community have known her from her days at the Savannah Morning News, Savannah Evening Press. She earned a bachelor's in English from the Sophie Newcomb College of Tulane University in New Orleans, a city that holds a very special place in her heart that I think all of us know. If you know Stacey, you know that that is very true. And since moving to Savannah in 1985, she has been an active community member, serving on numerous boards and committees. For more than 33 years, Stacey has been a dedicated United Way of the Coastal Empire supporter, serving on the board of directors, marketing committee, campaign cabinet, and as a loaned executive. She currently serves on the marketing committee and has for decades. And a quick little story, the first time I ever joined a marketing committee, I had known about Stacey, but I did not know Stacey, and she started talking in this marketing committee, and I immediately wanted to know who she was, and now I'm really so thankful that I can consider her a friend, which I think she does for all of us. So please turn your attention to the screens for a beautiful tribute of this incredible woman we proudly celebrate today, produced by our friends at WSAV.
It was in the late 80s, and I attended a campaign presentation at the Savannah Morning News. Leanne Powell Tate was the loaned executive, and I'm thinking, this girl is really putting it on with showing the colors, flying the colors, telling the story, and I was so impressed. That was the moment. That was the time when I knew that this was an organization that was worth investing in.
And that's how Stacey Jennings' long relationship of service began with the United Way of the Coastal Empire.
It's so good to see you.
She was also inspired by her good friend, Susan Hancock.
So I came to Savannah in 1985. And I immediately started trying to figure out how to get involved. I mean, I was going to my church and I was doing all the things, but I was young and I didn't know a whole lot, and I needed direction. And it was becoming involved with United Way was really part of Susan's doing. She, I think, had coached Frank Anderson, who was a mentor, was my publisher and was a mentor of mine, into maybe the newspaper should have a loaned executive. And so he asked me if I would be willing to do that, and I was thrilled, I was honored, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And Susan was, at the time, Vice President of Resource Development.
Well, I have known Stacey since we were toddlers. So we grew up together. We are both from Jessup. And we went to high school together. We have just been friends our whole life. So it's very exciting that we both ended up in Savannah 30-something years ago. And I came to United Way as a job, and she immediately came to help me as a volunteer.
It was so much fun, and it was, I was a young manager at the newspaper, so I was trying to balance all the stuff and do everything, but I was making 10 presentations a day for United Way. I was talking to accounts at 7 in the morning, at 7 at night. I was really gung-ho. I was going for it.
And she was great. I knew she'd be great, so I gave her the hardest accounts we had. And she delivered, which I knew she would because she always does.
And that was a great year. We hit our goal, hit the campaign goal, which was, is always a big deal.
I was working the night shift. Stacy was in charge of marketing for the Savannah Morning News. We got to know each other well, and we've been friends and colleagues ever since. She's able to do so many different things at one time. She's the ultimate multitasker. I call her a workhorse. We have done so many things over the years together, both in business and in the community, and she makes such a huge difference in everything that she does, and she does so many of those things.
Stacy Jennings can take the big ideas that we all have and turn it into something that makes sense. Sitting around the marketing committee table for United Way, when we have done everything from fly people in to roll them into race cars to doing all the things, not only has she been a part of the brains behind that, but she's also been a part of what makes that work.
Yes, we have done we made Jenny Gentry fly. We made Bert Tenenbaum fly. We put Sam McCatchern in a BMW, and he was the secret agent man. My boss, my mentor, Frank Anderson, we made him ride a horse into the Civic Center. We made Camille Russo Tinkerbell. She flew too. Dale Kreitz Jr., we put him in a race car because it was just a natural, Dale Jr. We've done it all. It's been a great ride, and there's no limit when you have the committee that we have working on those kinds of things.
Stacy is the reason I'm here. She actually said to me, the Tribune needs to be here. You need to be represented on United Way Marketing Committee. She said, the Black community is missing. I need the Tribune to be here because that's an audience that's not a part. And she invited me to a meeting, and I showed up. and I'm still here.
It's not something any of us can do alone. We do it together. We do it as a team. We do it as a community. Isn't that the mission? Isn't that what the mission says?
I mean, Stacy Jennings was the Woman of the Year before we even thought about calling her that. She's a great mother. She's a great wife. She is a great communicator of pulling all of that brilliant stuff out of her head and putting it onto the tables of so many nonprofits.
So what does it mean to be Woman of the Year? It's surreal, it's humbling, it's gratifying, and it's fulfilling. And it's really exciting to be able to share with my family and my work family and my in real life family. I don't do this alone. I do this with the rest of my tribe. I do this with my community. I do this with the women that I lead with all the time. The women that I work with who are incredible leaders, the women that I've learned from. Gosh, you've heard from some of them today. They're amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Congratulations, Stacy, for being the Woman of the Year. My soul sister, Savannah, and I could not be more lucky than to have you.
Congratulations, Stacy.
Congratulations, Stacy, on this wonderful, wonderful award.
Stacy Jennings, I love you. Congratulations. I can't see anyone who deserves this more this year.
Stace, we love you. I mean, we're proud of you. You make us proud every day, and we should all take the good work you do as an example and let others see that in you and copy it, because you are a truly woman who rules.
And now, I proudly present to you the 2025 Woman of the Year, Stacy Jennings.
Don't y'all look pretty out there? I think I said it earlier, this is somewhat surreal, a little overwhelming, but a lot of fun. Let's give it up for the Savannah Music Festival Jazz Academy Trailblazers. Aren't they amazing? They work with our students, and we are so pleased and so proud of them. As many of you know, I have a deep love for New Orleans and my Saints, so receiving this honor on Mardi Gras Day is extra special for me. And I thank you, United Way, for the honor. To be recognized among so many inspiring women and leaders who pour their heart into this community is deeply meaningful. I'm truly grateful to be a part of a movement that is improving lives in our community and across our region. Don Laidlaw, a faithful United Way volunteer, who many of you may remember, often shared this quote from John Wesley when he would address the cabinet or the board. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. These words have guided my belief in service, and they capture the very spirit of what we do together as a community. Because doing good isn't always about huge actions. It's about the small, everyday moments where we lift each other up. It's about showing up, giving back, and making sure no one in our community is left behind. You heard about that first United Way campaign presentation that I heard at the Savannah Morning News as a young executive. Leanne Powell gave that presentation, and it moved me to give. It may have been when Leanne said, "Don't give till it hurts, give till it feels good." Y'all all feel good today, right? You've done it, you've given, and you feel good. I knew then that I wanted to be a part of this organization and try to make an impact. Wasn't long after that I became the first loaned executive from the newspaper. Thank you, Frank Anderson. Thank you, Mike Trainer. I know you're out there somewhere. And from there, you all know the rest of the story. I just can't believe it's been more than 30 years. If you ever think you can't make a difference in someone's life, remember the advice of Mother Teresa. She said, never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time, and always start with the person nearest you. Friends, those words have been on my desk, taped to my desk, for as long as I can remember. You do not have to make sweeping grand gestures to create real change. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have unlimited resources. You just have to start. Start with the people closest to you. Start with one small act of kindness, one moment of support, one person who needs a helping hand. Because when we each do a little, we can make a big difference. I share this honor with every woman in this room who has ever extended a hand to someone in need, who has fought for a better future for our families, or who believes, like I do, that when we come together united, we can make lasting change. Before I close, I'd like to offer a huge shout out to my work family. Where y'all at? I thank you all. Y'all, that's the real deal right there. I thank you for what you do for our students every day. I am awfully proud to work with each of you, to work for an agency that serves nearly 36,000 students in our community and their families. You've heard Dr. Watts say before, together we can. I bet you've heard her say that. I've heard it a couple of times. And it's so true. Together we can make a real difference. I also want to thank my in real life family, my dad and his wife. Stand up, Daddy. My daddy is going to be 90 in a couple of weeks. My baby brother, who stands a good head taller than me now, who instantly took that picture that you keep seeing all over the place, and it sort of struck me by surprise. When you see it on a billboard, it's kind of stunning. But I'm so pleased that he and my precious sister-in-law could be here with us today. Thank y'all for coming. And big, big love to my precious girls, Nolan and Alex, and to my sons in love. Listen, I didn't get boys by birth. I got boys by love, and I got the best. I got the best sons in love in the world. Nolan and Will Balcom, Alex and Zach Landon, you're my heart. And to my husband, Skip, whose love and encouragement and support have really made this journey possible. Y'all, I can remember being at board meetings and committee meetings when my kids were climbing on the tables and under the tables and over the chairs until I could finally put them to work. And that happened pretty quickly. And all that time, their dad was volunteering in his own lane and often made sure that supper got started and that everybody got picked up from softball practice or music lessons and that the dog got a walk or got fed. I love y'all very much, and I thank you so very much. I cannot forget to say thank you to the incredible Suzanne Kirk, her incredible leadership of this effort, and to everyone who came out today, this remarkable, amazing, resilient, strong group of women. Give yourselves a honk, because together you've made a difference. We are now over $25,000 on this fund. It's amazing. And finally, a thank you to United Way for being a beacon of hope and action. This award is not really about my efforts, but it's a testimony of the power of what we do when we stand united. Let's continue to do all the good we can in all the ways we can, and always start with the person nearest you, because the smallest act of kindness can spark something greater than we've ever imagined. Thank you.
Some horn honks, definitely some horn honks for them. Thank you to our jazz band. Congratulations, Stacy. She is a remarkable human being that I have really enjoyed getting to know through this process. So hearing from everyone else and in the video how fantastic she is just reassures that if you know her, you love her. So congratulations, Stacy, for your decades of unwavering support for this organization and the invaluable contributions in helping make this year's event so special. All right, y'all ready for some prizes? I know you are. See, if you didn't give now, you're sad, aren't you? Where should we start? Let's do the basket, the beautiful Emily McCarthy basket. If you've not been into the new store on Victory Drive, you're missing out, and you're not one of the cool kids because it is beautiful. So the gorgeous basket from Emily McCarthy goes to Freddie Milton. Freddie, where you at? Give us a big wave. Where are you? Seriously, did one of the dudes win the prize? Like, come on. So you can meet us up front to claim your prizes. Freddie. Okay, next we have the gorgeous earrings, David Yurman earrings, I believe, from Levy Jewelers, and those are going home on the ears of Joan Strother. Joan? Where are you, Joan? Over there. Congratulations, Joan. I love it. And then, thank you to our amazing friends from Satchel. You know it's a special handbag when it has its own name. So the Jill Boho Tote by Satchel is going home with Kristen Berger. Kristen, where are you at? Yeah! Congrats. Okay. So if you've not come up yet, we can give you your amazing prizes up here at the front of the stage. But wait, there's more. if you all want to look under your chairs, there is a Rhody golden key under one of the chairs at your table. And so one person gets to win that gorgeous centerpiece from Olshig Nursery. So thank you to Olshig Nursery. Oh, find your keys, find your keys. Okay. I mean, y'all are excited about some geraniums. Okay, as we wrap up, okay, thank you again to Olshig Nursery for the beautiful centerpieces. Y'all get so excited about a geranium centerpiece. That's amazing. Let's come back together. We're almost done. Okay, before we wrap up today, I want to share with you the record-breaking numbers. So for today alone, the time that we, all you beautiful people in this room, were together, we raised $25,945. Wow. And then I feel like I'm at the Oscars because they're going to bring me an envelope that gives us the overall total between our sponsorships that were so, thank you, oh my Lord. So now I lost words because I just saw the number. So our roadies did an amazing job of seeking sponsorships, and I hope my clients and all of the amazing companies that I've reached out to still answer the phone when I call them. And the number I'm about to share with you, I want to be very explicit, is a net number. So we have already covered, due to the generosity of our sponsors, we've accounted for the fact that, yes, you've got a plate of food in front of you. And they told me I couldn't just give you one lettuce leaf and a cup of water. They said no. But I was all about keeping it on the lean because we want as many dollars as possible to go into the transportation fund. So y'all, this record-breaking, I'm told, they even wrote record-breaking number for the total raised is $105,000. Wow. This changes lives, right? This will provide so many women and caregivers in our communities with transportation needs over the year ahead. We are so thankful to all of you for your incredible generosity today, almost $26,000 and counting. You know, you haven't left yet. We thank you so much for being here today and being part of this for supporting this amazing cause. A reminder, a little housekeeping, so if you did donate over $150, you still have the opportunity to honor a woman. And so hopefully you've seen some of the screen shots coming up of the amazing women that we can honor in our community. Hopefully you saw mine. There's a picture of me as a child. And my mom was an amazing woman, and I honor her memory, but one thing she was not good at was cutting our hair, so you can enjoy that photo when it rolls up at some point again. But look out for, if you donated $150 or more, to fill out the form in the link of your email receipt to honor a woman. And you still have until Friday to continue to donate. So we look forward to seeing you again next year. And you know, we sold out about a month ago for this event, and it will sell out again. So please save the date for March 4th, 2026. Thank you for being Women Who Rule. Happy Mardi Gras. Laissez les bons temps rouler.